Today, I'm going to talk about finance and specifically my thoughts and review of investing with StashAway for a year. Hi friends! Welcome to Now Realize first video. Yay! This is a mini project by my boyfriend Jingles and I to share more about what we realize and learn about finance, happiness and life in general. StashAway is a wealth management platform where you can invest your money, and it offers a relatively safe and fuss-free way for beginners to explore investing in other financial securities such as stocks and bonds. So what I mean by safe is comparing StashAway to direct stock picking and investing in other vehicles like Bitcoin. It is less risky and volatile. By using StashAway, you're trusting the professionals to help you grow your money. These professionals would choose a group of asset class like stocks and bonds that they would give you the best returns considering the risks that you undertake. So I remember when I just started out my first job and I was saving money in the bank. I signed up for this OCBC 365 account where I remember that we were paid some interest for the money that we deposit. After a while, my savings grew and I wanted to learn how to better manage my finance. I chanced upon StashAway a couple of years back as they were just starting out. And I realized that it is actually a good platform for investors who don't have time to do market research. Bank's return rate is quite low and my money is not giving me much returns sitting in the bank. Therefore, StashAway become a more attractive platform where I can put my money. I look at it as like a forced savings, and what I do is every month I'll do an automated bank transfer to the account as soon as I get my pay. I started out investing with StashAway sometime last year on 5th January and I dumped a huge portion of my savings into it. 19th of February, my portfolio return was $310. I started out with about 18,000. I was quite happy with the returns, especially when it's only like about a month. Until coronavirus came into the picture, which affected the financial markets, my portfolio actually plunged quite badly. It was down 12%, which was about negative $2,484.95. By then, I have already deposited about $20,550 with StashAway. In terms of my investment, I have 3 different types of accounts with StashAway. One is the income portfolio, another is the general investing, and last but not least is the StashAway Simple. Each of these platforms varies differently. The type of investment vehicles that they invest in is slightly different, and therefore the returns that you get is also different as well. For income portfolio, this portfolio is designed to provide reliable and consistent income. And the currency domination, as you can see, is in Singapore dollars. This is because most of the assets in this portfolio actually focus in Singapore. 82% of the portfolio is invested in Asia, with 74% in Singapore. In terms of the type of asset class, it is really mostly in different bonds, as well as Singapore equities and real estate investments. This is actually the first portfolio that I invested in. What I did was to invest 10,000 in January and another larger sum in sometime February. All in all, I have gotten a $239 of returns after investing 13,000 in a year. For general investing portfolio, it is much more diverse compared to the income portfolio that I've shared earlier. You do have the option to choose a much more riskier portfolio. This portfolio invests in the global equities. The risk index that I've chosen is actually 12%. And the currency domination in US dollars. So the purpose of this investment is actually to allow you to have a more diversified investment, that you invest in various type of asset class as well as in various regions and markets. You are also exposed to different sectors within the entire market. So as you can see, there is different sectors such as healthcare, consumer discretionary, China tech. Overall, having a more diverse portfolio does spread your risk around. You can actually change between the different risk index that you prefer. So for this, you see, I can just click in. I can have more risk, less risk. So I guess like with more risk, you do invest in more heavily in North America and definitely more equity sector. So you see, more equity sectors. If a less risk one, the equity sector is actually reduced. For this portfolio, I actually started off with about 30% risk index, and during the March crash, I changed my account from 30% risk index to 12% risk index. It wasn't a good idea for me to change my asset allocation, when it crashed sometime during this period. This is because bonds and equities do have a negative correlation. So when one goes up, the other one, the price goes down. So during this period, actually, a lot of people were selling the equities, and therefore the equities market was actually dropping, and I was selling it at a low price and buying into bonds at a higher price. But it's okay because I continued to dollar cost average to spread my risk. Overall, my total net deposits within this account is $13,050. And then right now, there is still a positive return of $98.48. So this is pretty straightforward, where the projected return is about 1.4% per annum. It used to be 1.8%. But due to the market conditions, it has been revised to 1.4%. And for this account, it's actually in and out. Like I do put like $500 in, I withdraw like $750 out. But all in all, my total returns is about $148.20. So with StashAway Simple, you actually would not lose any of your principal amount. You will just get a lower returns because the risk, it's actually taking zero risk. So therefore your returns are really, really low as well. I'm just going to share with you, the walkthrough on how my portfolio have evolved. So on 6th of Jan, I invested 10,000 and I added a little bit more in, I guess, late Jan. It's only $750. In February, I invested another lump sum of $8,000 and dollar cost average. At the lowest point of our investment during the March 2020 crash, I actually lost about $2,484. If that time I decided to exit the market, I would have already realized my losses. So luckily, I didn't. I continued to invest. And as you can see, there was a slight recovery immediately after that, where investors are becoming a bit more confident in the market. And by sometime in June, my losses were much, much lesser. And in July, where I did my overall recap of my StashAway portfolio, my losses have actually decreased to negative $448.27. Therefore, it is very important that when you invest in such instruments, you're actually investing with the money that you can afford to. This means that you would need to at least have emergency funds saved up, and to have also a longer time horizon to ride up the stormy period. StashAway actually do recommend us to put in at least a 3 to 5 years type of time horizon, so that we do see the returns after that period. And since I don't need this amount of money, I was prepared to write it all out. I'll just hold on. Hence, I continue to set aside money every month. Once I get paid, it's an automatic transfer that's recurring as well. And therefore, as you can see, within 1 year, there's no losses at all, and in fact I do have a $454.99 of returns. What's my next step with StashAway? So the amount that I've invested in StashAway is, to me, a pretty large amount. Like, it does weigh quite a bit in my overall, portfolio. What I'll do is to continue adding $500 per month into this account. I would continue to dollar cost average into my general investing portfolio, which is about $750 every month, and this will all come out from my StashAway Simple account. I'm not gonna add or withdraw from my income portfolio. I'm just gonna leave it as it is, because I do want to have lesser weightage on Singapore equities. I've written about my 1-year journey with StashAway on my Medium article. I mentioned that I treat StashAway like another bank account, with, of course, more risk, but definitely I do feel that there's better returns from this compared to a bank on the longer run. I'll continue to invest in StashAway portfolio if there's no better place for me to park my cash. I would like to revisit this portfolio every 6 months or so, and depending on each portfolio's performance, I'll consider if I do want to continue, growing this large pot of money, or just to maintain it and just, forget about it. I hope this is helpful for you to understand a little bit about investing and investing with StashAway. I'm not really a professional in this. I do hope my journey as a beginner helped you. If you would like to join us in our journey as we get better with financial investing, learning how to live healthily and happily, please subscribe to our channel. Also subscribe to our Medium publication, where we do write there quite often. And this would definitely encourage us to continue, sharing on what we have realized about life. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Okay. I hope it works. I hope the sound works. 10 to 12%. Don't see. Yeah. I'm too busy. I need to record the end. Come, you want to say goodbye with me? You shy? I don't know, record maybe won't be uploaded. Okay, if you're in the picture.